Hi, and welcome to the Demystifying series, where we ask students about their experiences and answer some of your questions about certain majors and or programs. Today, we will be discussing the Reserve Officers Training Corps, also known as the ROTC program in college.
Yes, hello, my name is Ben Klein. I went to the University of Alabama. I graduated in 2018 with a criminal justice major and a minor in psychology. Went to the University of Alabama Army ROTC program. So Army ROTC generally has a couple different ways to go about it. So most universities, you can just sign up for that freshman elective class, like I was saying earlier. But then once you actually get in, I definitely recommend going in, meeting with the staff there, because they'll have your ways to get in. So you can either apply in high school and start that application process in high school. So you'll have a scholarship coming into college. You can get a 4-year or a 3-year scholarship right out of high school, or you can actually go to the campus, meet with your faculty and your, they call them cadres, meet with your cadre there, and then they can actually start that process for you. So like I showed up, didn't have a scholarship, met everyone, took the classes. It's just a normal student, and then I was able to get they call it getting a contract when you get your scholarship. So basically saying Army will pay for the next 3 years of school if you give them 4 years of service after. Right, so I definitely think the biggest thing with Army ROTC is, like I said, those freshman elective classes are actually, it's not contract binding. So it's not like you're signing up to join the Army. You can just join it. You can get to go to labs where we have our practical exercises with what we're learning. So you actually get kind of a light taste of what it would be like, but you kind of get to try it without, obligating to anything. And you can start as late as long as you have a full junior and senior year in the program, or if you have a senior year and you can continue it into a master's. So there's a lot of flexibility with it, but it doesn't hurt just to show up. You can even shadow for a day or a week, and I strongly encourage, if you are looking at the military, to look at the commissioned officer route, or just all the different routes within the Army, so that you can continue your education and actually move forward. Yeah, so Army ROTC is actually good. So every major has the opportunity to get into Army ROTC, so it brings a lot of students together. So obviously your in-state is to commission into the United States Army, or you can even take it at most universities as a freshman elective, just to kind of get an understanding of basic leadership skills that could help you both in the civilian sector and then naturally in the military if you go all the way through the program. So I think it goes hand in hand, but it is open to every major, which definitely makes it exciting, as you have people with different backgrounds. So you have I only graduated with one other criminal justice major out of my class of 16 that graduated that year. So it's a good way to bring people together. All right, so most universities do it differently, but there's generally 1 day a week where it's called our lab. So it's our practical exercise. So that's usually 2 hours a day in the afternoon time, from usually 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So that's like 1 day where you're kind of doing the practical exercise of things you've been learning. Freshman classes are usually once a week, same for sophomore, and then your junior and senior can go up to 2 to 3 days a week. It's a normal class. It usually doesn't count towards any other academic credits. So like I actually took 137 credit hours, but graduated with a 120 credit hour degree. So that is something you have to look at. You are taking more classes than just your base, requirement to graduate. And then outside of that, PT does actually happen physical training. So usually 3 days a week, can be up to 5, just if you need to improve your PT scores, or if you need more help, or if you're trying to do extra events within ROTC, different teams, you may have to do more PT in the morning, usually an hour and a half in the mornings, done by about 6:30, 7 o'clock, so you can get to your next, class. So it does take extra time outside of it, but it keeps you busy and it keeps you engaged. So I think the best part is the opportunities it opens. So they do have a cultural understanding and language proficiency program, so they call it CULP. So there's an opportunity for you to go out and actually go to other countries, train with other countries' militaries while you're still in ROTC. So it's usually about a 3-week time in country. So I went to Peru. There's other basically every continent has that program. So there's opportunities within ROTC for you to, broaden your horizons and actually get more training. And there's, dedicated summer programs that go into it. So your junior going into your senior year, you do have to actually spend about 1 month of cadet summer training to verify that you're going to be on track to commission. But other than that, there's different programs, there's internships, there's that, studying abroad opportunity. So there's a lot of opportunities within ROTC to set you up to do something a little bit different. I guess the main challenge is, once you do actually contract and you have that, obligation with the United States Army at that point that you are going to graduate on time. If you do have a friend group or different friends who want to, go out and, experience college life on, weekday nights, you have to say, no, I got to get up and PT in the morning, or, I'm working towards the ultimate end state of, commissioning into the Army or Air Force, or, whatever branch your ROTC program actually gets you ready for. So that would be one drawback, but my friends are very understanding. Had a lot of friends from high school. They understood what I was going towards, the goal that I had working. So yes, you have to give up time in the mornings. You end up going to bed earlier. You're not doing the staying all night cramming for college, or but it makes you a better person, because you have to learn to time manage really quickly. You have to plan out all of your classes from the moment your contract starts, so you can prove to the Army that you are going to graduate. So you have a deliberate plan set in place, and you are actively working towards that goal. Honestly, just definitely, I think getting involved in it worked out really well for me. Again, I didn't have the traditional background they look for that ROTC scholarship coming out of high school. Coming from the Alabama School of Fine Arts is a very different, approach into transitioning into wanting to be in the military. But definitely, showing up, getting involved. Got to do color guard, which means I got free tickets to the games. Got to be, on the field doing color guard. And there's nothing better than that. One, to carry the colors of your country, and then two, actually get the benefits of going to the SEC championships, the national championships, doing those games. There's so many little benefits within, and if you're looking into the military, it's kind of the best balance. So you still have that college life, you still have those college experiences, but at the same time you're working towards having a guaranteed job after college and serving your country. So there's definitely a lot of benefits that come into it. I'm sure there's a lot that I'm missing. There is obviously the sacrifice involved, and you want to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, of knowing that service to your country is the ultimate end state and goal. But even if it's just for 4 years, just like with any job you do it the best while you're there, and then by all means move on and take all those experiences you've gained from it to do something else. Yeah, so I received my commission in May of 2018. So right after I graduated, the next day I commissioned into the Army as a second lieutenant. I'm now a first lieutenant. I'm going to be 3 years in 2 days. Actually, be 3 years active duty time in the military, and then I'll have 1 more year left on my current contract. But I plan on extending and going through so I can actually promote to captain, and then go on to a different duty station and try out more things Army.